Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we are talking about the development surrounding Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's release. Quite unfortunate, nobody has been able to look into that direction properly and know why the federal government have decided to keep this man indefinitely without thinking about how is going to be released. Negotiations has gone on in various quarters. The APC leaders of Eastern governors, the PDP leaders of Eastern governors, the Igbo leaders of thought, the traditional rulers, and other professionals who see Mazin Nnamdi Kanu as the only symbol of the Igbo nation, as the only symbol that represent both the south and the southeast. So to say, the issue that has to do with the Ohaneze effect on Mazin Nnamdi Kanu down to River State, where there's a lot of crisis. We see the Kwere people coming to say they are not able, they are not interested in anything in Ohaneze. That is their business. It's nobody's business. But the real thing is that at the right time and at the very right time, we will step out there and do what is correct, irrespective of how anybody feels it. Because I keep on saying it and I'll keep on mentioning it that Biafra will not cede any of their land to anybody, irrespective of where and how you think it should be done or it is not done. The fact still remains, as is being acknowledged all over the world, the Biafran territory. Everybody knows it, whether you like it or not, or you don't like it. The hatred that's been planted against the Igbos that has continued to destabilize the leadership of the Igbo people, which is on the umbrella tribe that covers both the south and the southeast. I don't know why people, when they see reality, they feel that it is not reality. What these things were not like this before. Ab initio, before now, we know the situation of south and southeast, as it were. Well, the infiltration has continued, but we are looking at Governor Fubara to sit up this time around and knowing fully well that his leadership and decisions will count on him, even while he is not in office again. Well, we are yet to see, massive voices, against the continued illegal detention of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. As we are speaking to you now, we are very close to, where his home is, somewhere in Abia State, and we are trying to see the reactions that is coming from his own people right there in Afaroku. It is not palatable. Nnamdi Kano's family has so much influence in Afaroku, in Abia State, and in the kingdom too. They have so much influence, and anybody that is taking that issue for granted will definitely have himself to blame. I wonder why Bola Ahmed Tinubu at this point in time has not deemed it fit. If the Yorubas want to create a sort of enmity between the Igbos and the Yorubas, because of the situation on ground. We saw clearly what happened in Igbo. We saw clearly what happened about the Meiti Allah. We saw clearly what happened to Sowore and some other people who might likely want to struggle with the line of Mazin Namkano. But they insisted that Mazin Namkano will remain in there. I can tell you categorically that the Igbo senators, the Igbo leaders, House of Rep members are not doing enough. If Nnamdi Kanu comes out, your own is gone. Nobody's going to listen to you. You are all playing politics. You think that Nnamdi Kanu comes out and command anything here in Nigeria, it will not stand? It will definitely stand, because you've not been able to pay your due, you've not been able to represent the wish of the people, you've not been able to champion the cause of the people. Look at what the Northerners are doing. Clearly, they are not afraid of anything. They've already told him that, if you don't take this part of, tax that will be beneficial for them, then forget about it. And then we can jettison anything that has to do with Nigeria. But you see the Igbo leaders dancing towards the system that has already brought impunity, disgrace to them, brought disgrace to the Igbo nation, brought disgrace to the development of the Igbo region. brought disgrace, even though we know that they have continued to infiltrate all the Igbo territories, creating some sort of enmity among the Igbo nation. Well, the fact still remains. Any day, any time, Biafra is being proclaimed and acknowledged by the world leaders. The Biafran people know what to do. They know where to start from. They know where to begin. You see these governors you are seeing today, I'm telling you that Nnamdi Kanu has become law and order, has become even the spiritual leader, political leader, economic leader, anything that has to do with leadership in the entire South. So forget all the noise that is coming from different quarters and all that. It is becoming very clearly that the young man is something else. And God is going to protect the Biafrans all over the world. The truth still remains. The struggle has not ended. The struggle has continued. The continued detention of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu by a southern president sent a lot of signal to the Igbo people, sends a lot of signal to the Biafrans all over the world. And what is that signal? I don't know what the Yoruba elders, the leaders, the political leaders want to achieve. Anybody that is using Nnamdi Kanu for political interest has also failed. Go and ask questions. What happened to those who try to, bring him down, who try to manipulate the Biafran struggle? Even those who are rightly in the Senate now, who are just behaving as if that nobody is watching them. The day Mazin Nnamdi Kanu steps out from detention, that's the day you know that the enormous work he has done, many things he has done, he has broken the jinx. Nnamdi Kanu has broken. We forget they are just floating on the air. Anybody that does not know that Igbos are being marginalized, the Igbos are going through a lot. Igbos are sweating 24 hours, more than any tribe in Nigeria, will have himself to blame because the truth will be open and books will be read to everyone who knows that Igbos are not against anybody. What Igbos want is that, having struggled and contributed so much to the development of Nigeria, why are they still being marginalized? Why are they being still kept on the floor? A major Then this romance between the Yorubas trying to bring, okay, the Yoruba youth has come out to say, we are not interested in anything naturalization. We are not going to support anything that has to do with Islam. We are not going to have anything. In fact, a lot of them have sent deep signal to Bola Ahmed Tinubu on why he should not take a certain decision about the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Well, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, whether you release him or not, he has succeeded in registering and planting Biafra in the consciousness of the world, be it in America, be it in France, be it in Germany, be it in Russia, be it in Italy, be it anywhere. He has planted it, and the world are seeing it. Watch what is going to happen as Donald Trump takes the mantle of the greatest country in the world, United States. Of course, that has been modeled after Biafra. Biafra has become something that the world will want to see. Biafra has become something the world will want to listen. The Igbo ego, pride, is led in that struggle. Where you see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today, wherever you see people who are leveraging on his legacy, like what we see in Finland that is ongoing. Forget that where Semaneba is, these are men who have succeeded in advancing. People takes up a lot of struggle from different angles, from different ways, the way they feel they can do it. They take up the struggle, not minding what it is. But somewhere along the line, you cannot be a coward and said there's nothing you can do. They have contributed, and the world have continued to dip into it. Look at the level of lobbyists from all over the world who has come together and continue to put Biafran solidarity before the country top nations of the world. Before the world leaders, presenting it for solidarity. That is the way to get it. That's the way it is. But all these things was started by the man you see there called Mazin Nnamdi Kanu from Abia State, the Faruku Kingdom. having come very close to what OT is doing. I'm not saying that OT is doing excellently well, but at least to an extent, it has shown some level of leadership in trying to, introduce some form of new things that is building up, already out there. Whether the North is going to stand against all these things and stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu from doing the needful. But take it, if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, Nigeria will never know peace. If Nnamdi Kanu is not released, federal government would not know peace. If Nnamdi Kanu holds the key to the Sahel nations. Go and ask them in Burkina Faso. Go and ask them in Niger. Go and ask them in Mali. Go and ask them in Senegal. All these leaders you are seeing, you don't know the. Go and ask them in Kenya. Forget all the rubbish Buhari and the rest of them manipulated against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Go and ask them. We are coming, and what the world is going to experience. I'm not talking about the world, because Nigeria for Biafrans, it is a small place. Nigeria has failed to do the needful. Why are you making sure that we must stay in this nation that has been absolutely corrupted? Everything about Nigeria is a fraud. Look at the only opportunity. Look at what is happening now. The Southern president is dancing to the tune of political theory instead of doing the needful, doing what is right, doing what he's supposed to do. You are keeping blind eye over Nnamdi Kanu because they told you, Tinubu, do not release Nnamdi Kanu. If it is part of the negotiation you enter, if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, Biafra will come. If Nnamdi Kanu is released, Biafra will come. Whether you release him or you don't release him, Biafra will come. Too many Nnamdi Kanus are all over the world. Too many Biafrans are all over the world, advancing the cause with reference to what is happening in Nigeria. The Biafrans can never be Islamized. No amount of Islamization would happen that would take any place in Biafra. Whether you like it or not, continue projecting, manipulating. The Igbos should open their eyes. The Ohanese leaders should open their eyes. You see what the Muslim ticket, all these things, games they are playing in Sharia says, Sharia no say, you don't know what is happening. Ruga say, Ruga no say, you don't know what is happening. They are breeding Islamization. Thank God it has been resisted. But one thing I want to assure everybody, especially those who are from the South, let us understand that irrespective of what they have planted, we are, we are all, all Biafrans. We know the history. We know the history of Niger Delta. We know the history of Isaac Boro. We know all this history. We know the history. We know how different locations in those areas were renamed after the white interest on the convenience of pronouncing certain places in the Niger Delta that belongs to the Igbos. The Niger Delta mainly are claimed to be the Ijaw people. Go and check the history, the eve of the war by Awolowo. There was an address. Awolowo addressed the whole world, addressed the Igbos, addressed Ojuku on the issue that has to do with the war, how the minorities will be protected. But you look at it very clearly. The truth is coming out. Igbos are not your enemy. But if you feel that Igbos are your enemy, then wait and see how the Igbos will become or will turn to your enemy. Every tribe in Nigeria drags Igbo man on the tail. Awasa, Igbo, name them. They drag Igbo man on the tail. But Igbo man looked at them, just like what Fela Nicola said, look am and go your way. And that is what we are doing. We are serious, we are seeing, we are watching. Just like the Jews, not just the Israelis, we are watching. One day, the whole world will say, not Biafrans this time around, not even Nnamdi Kanu, the whole world will say, enough is enough. We can't continue to do this injustice continuously on these people. And that was how Israel became a nation. They endured to an extent that over 6 million lives was taken in a day. But today, Israel stood firm and tell any nation that dares them to go to hell. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu is a message. Whatever is happening in Finland, we want Simon Ekpa released. We want Simon Ekpa freed. The Finnish government has freed him. Simon Ekpa is freed. We know what is happening. We know how we are going to play the international politics. Whatever that is happening between Gozi, and Urabeze and some of his people, remember that, Simon Ekpa is not going to die there. Just like what I keep on saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not going to die in DSS custody. One day, he'll be released. And when he's released, all of us will watch and listen to what transpired over the years. Is he going to endorse Simon Ekpa? Is he going to establish a relationship with Simon Ekpa? Is he going to say, yes, Simon Ekpa, whatever you have done well? Those are the questions we're asking. Are we going to see Biafran coming together, reconciling, and begin another front of agitation? That was what the world is waiting for. That was what the federal government is afraid of. If they continue to put Igbo man on the scale, then Igbo man will continue to fix them. You know what I mean by fix? It's a mysterious statement. We have taken it. We have studied it. We have looked at it. We have swallowed it. We have continued with it, grieving, carrying the burden of marginalization, carrying the burden of anti-sentiment, carrying the burden of Igbophobia for years. We cannot afford to pass it on to our children. And that's why I'm saying that freedom for Igbos is freedom for Africa, for Biafra. Release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would define another moment for another front of agitation. He has done it. He has conquered. He went to the court, their own court, and you couldn't jail him. He said it. He has been saying it. I will not disappoint you, but you will be the one to disappoint me. Millions of Igbos all over the world are standing for the truth. We are not against anybody. We will never be against anybody. But the time has come. There's always time. The era of the Igbo liberation. We are not saying we are going to go to the moon, we are going to go to the sky, we are going to go to the space, star, or whatever. What we are saying is that the Igbos have identity and destiny. Why should we sell it on a platter of nothing? It's not possible. We have contributed to the development of Nigeria. We have contributed to the development in anywhere we find ourselves. What are we getting? Killings, police, military, Boko Haram, killings. Go to Enugu, killings. Go to Delta, killings. Anywhere, killing. And the federal government seems to be quiet. And you think, we'll fold their arms. Why is it that the Yorubas have stood up and said, no, it's not going to happen? Who is giving them that morale? Where did it come from? It comes from the young man you are keeping in DSS. Even the army are not happy. The military too are not happy. The police are not happy because their mothers and their sisters are being killed by Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke, he said he committed treason. You kidnapped him. What have you achieved after the kidnap? It added value to the Biafran struggle. I am inside the forest. I am making this very clearly. Not because of anything. But I want to tell you that Biafra has gone. Try it. You see it.